Google a Swedish prison cell? Well, why don't I just look one up now? I'm curious. Go inside one of the most humane prisons in the world. What the fuck? This is actually better than the apartment I had.
The United States has more than 2.2 million adults locked up in its prisons and jails. That's only slightly smaller than the population of Houston, America's fourth largest city. Punishment or rehabilitation so prisoners...
Yeah, it really depends on the crime.
One Scandinavian country...
I don't think everything needs to be forgiven. Rape, murder.
As part of our
I don't think there's a second chance there.
Looking at criminal justice.
World's most humane prison, Halden Prison, where new inmates are greeted the way I was, with a handshake.
Holy shit.
Austin was convicted of killing a man
Holy
in Brazil.
shit.
This is his cell block with a full kitchen, big screen TV, laundry room.
You have a key to your own cell.
Yeah, everybody has their own key.
So this guy has killed somebody, and he's just giving a tour of the facility. It's just his actual college campus.
Single bed cells with a TV and a private bathroom.
That used to be in...
TV.
You get an Xbox 360, I think that... Is that an Xbox One? What is that? I can't even tell. Maybe it's not even an Xbox? I don't know.
Better citizens.
Inmates have a normal work week, giving them routine
Holy
and responsibilities, training to be car mechanics, and graphic designers in a state-of-the-art studio.
From the city hall, we're getting
wow.
from them.
Learning skills like restaurant prep, where they're trusted to handle
Thanks to the resub Iceberg.
can help them get jobs on the outside.
Oh, I'll probably
They have
rip.
weekends off and a house available for overnight visits with their families.
Welcome to criminal record.
What?
By side with inmates, playing chess, or simply going for a walk. It's all about building relationships.
Yeah, I mean, no prisoner's ever gonna want to leave. They will reoffend just to go back.
Maximum sentence of 21 years, though that is extendable.
Does he live at the college campus? No way. No fucking way.
These prison walls. For Sunday Today, Kelly Chebbyemu.
You don't even need the walls. No one's gonna leave. Like, why would they leave?
You can see more in-depth reports.
That is actually better than my dorm when I was in college. Like, that whole setup. Holy shit. That is crazy. I like, if these were for, like, petty crimes, I mean, I'm all for that. I think that's great. You know, like, these simple things. But rape and murder, and then you just get to hang out and play Xbox for years? Like, I'd be pissed. Like, if a friend of mine got killed, and then the killer's living better than I currently am, he's getting rewarded for it, I'm gonna be fucking tight. It's to stop people from breaking in. Yeah. The walls aren't to keep prisoners in, it's to keep the public out. That is wild. Shit, fine. I'll look at the controversial Lego sets. It's gonna be super underwhelming. It's just gonna be like dumb Star Wars shit or something.
But sometimes these sets have ended up with backlash and may have even been removed from distribution altogether. And today, I thought we could have some fun looking back at these. So let's check
Maybe
out
it gets
the
really
10
dark.
banned or controversial Lego
Like
sets.
there's like a
I'll try
Lego
my best
set
to
for
explain why
Vietnam
these
War or
controversies
something.
happened as best I can. And of course,
Coney
if the
2020
subject is
2012
serious, I'll
set.
do my best to show respect. And if you do have a personal opinion on these controversies, I'd love to hear what you think in the comments. They said, I say no to Lego Simpsons. Simpsons is not appropriate for Lego-themed audiences. It's not really appropriate for anyone.
So it is exactly what I expected. Just really fucking dumb controversies. Let's see. Here's a helicopter they don't like. Here's some Star Wars thing they don't like. Here's a giant baby sucking on a nail they don't like. I have no idea what's wrong with that one. Yep, pretty much wait, they had a Lego prison set? Should also come, like, with a complete set, so you also get the court system. That way you can teach kids, like, the system's kind of fucked. That'd be kind of cool. Like, you also teach them to be lawyers at the same time, so they sentence Lego figurines. Athlete squatted 500 reps in 20 minutes. This is what happened to his kidneys. Have we seen that one from Chebbyemu? Is that new? An athlete squatted 500 reps in 20 minutes. This is the one.
An athlete squatted 500 reps in 20 minutes. This is what happened to his kidneys.
They expanded and grew a six-pack.
KG is a 21-year-old
Now he's
man
super ripped.
presenting to the emergency room unconscious. Paramedics tell the admitting nurse that he had at least 2 seizures in the last 15 minutes. KG was a college athlete. Before the summer to his junior year, he had fallen behind. KG broke up with his longtime girlfriend and became depressed.
So it's her
For
fault.
several months, he limited his training because he didn't want to do
You forced
anything.
those reps.
When things cleared up, KG needed to catch up to his teammates on his preseason conditioning. He started maxing out his workouts every day. He did several drills early in the morning. He came back later that day to do sprints on a bike. The next morning, more drills. Then abs for 2 hours at night. He moved on to 150
Holy
reps
shit.
each of bench press, pull-ups, and squats. He didn't care how many sets it would take, as long as he could work in all of the reps.
What
As the
the
weeks passed,
fuck?
he built himself up to 3 workouts daily, each one at maximum intensity, and he made his way up to 500 reps for each lift. One day, KG's teammates felt something wrong.
Wow.
Before training started, he complained that his urine was red. During this workout, he wouldn't
Dude was
go
trying
low
to
enough
become
on his
Saitama,
squats.
yeah.
His vision would darken halfway through each set. On his 500th rep of squat, KG struggled, and then he collapsed. Teammates thought he was joking until he started shaking uncontrollably. Coaches called for an ambulance. KG regained
I guarantee
consciousness,
this guy
but
didn't gain
paramedics
any muscle.
Saw him become
Literally none.
unresponsive again as he arrives to the emergency room.
No
where
rest,
we
no
are.
gains.
Given this history of present illness, there's
What a waste.
few clues as to what's happening. During exercise, the body needs water and oxygen to keep up with the extra energy demand. KG's 500 reps of squat was probably pushing things too hard because parts of his muscles were found in his urine, meaning he has rhabdomyolysis. Rhabdo meaning striped, referring to the look of skeletal muscle, and lysis meaning a breaking down
Man
of
pissed out
an
muscle
extreme
tissue?
breakdown of skeletal muscle as the tissue leaks its remains into his bloodstream. The kidneys are supposed to filter blood, but they're not supposed to filter muscle proteins. His kidneys are going to become permanently damaged. This can happen to anyone who pushes their workouts too hard, but for KG, this looks like it's happening on top of something else. KG mentioned to his teammates that his
Well, that
urine
just scared me
became
from
red
working out
earlier
again.
that day. Another urine sample found hematuria, blood presence in urine, coming from only his left kidney. Doctors read more in KG's medical record and find that he has sickle cell trait. Trait, not disease. And this explains
You have to do like
everything.
100 of your
Sickle
workouts
cell
to
in
have that
general
happen
is
in an
when the red
hour.
blood cells become sickle-shaped. Normally, red blood cells
Like
are
100
an
reps?
oval,
'Cause
smooth shape.
for pull-ups
When
and
red
push-ups,
blood
I
cells
usually do
sickle,
more than
they
that.
become sharp. They drag on the blood vessel walls. They clump together and they block blood flow, which causes problems. But they're not going to sickle by themselves for no reason, though. They do it because something is wrong with their hemoglobin, which is the protein that carries oxygen. Proteins are made from genes in your DNA. Genes come in pairs. Sickle cell disease means both hemoglobin genes in that person are mutated.
If both copies
And he didn't
of
get
the
sickle
gene
cell
are
from
changed,
working
then
out, right?
The cells will look like sickles everywhere. Most of the individuals who have sickle cell are of African ancestry. There can be Latinos or there can be Caucasians as well, but the
Okay,
vast
good.
majority are blacks. And why did it develop? It happened because if you have the sickle
Makes you
cell
get subtonic.
trait, then it can protect from
You said
malaria.
fat man.
Which is an infection that targets red blood cells. In a person with sickle cell trait, only one gene is sickle and the other is normal. Red blood cells in sickle cell trait don't sickle unless the conditions are right. And in KG, those conditions were right. If blood has water and red blood cells hold oxygen, but KG has a genetic abnormality that affects the protein that carries that oxygen, then sickle cell trait explains why his muscles are dying and why he has hematuria. The kidneys filter blood to produce urine. A better way to look at this is that the kidneys reabsorb water and that the rest becomes
Thanks to
urine.
the resub
But
alpha.
how do they? Because water flows towards where there's salt. The kidneys use
We need
this
to upgrade the
salty
human body.
medulla to get water to flow in so that it can be reabsorbed.
Nano machines.
During exercise, you
Son.
want this to happen. This maintains the
Jesus,
saltiness.
all
Make
from doing
sure
too many
that
reps.
Water can continue to flow
Oh.
into the medullated form of hemoglobin, which
From
is
the moment I
protein that
understood the
carries
weakness of my
oxygen.
flesh, it
This
disgusted
means that the
me.
red
I
blood
craved the
cells
strength
that
and
go
certainty
into
of
the
steel.
medulla are going to sickle
like
there
that.
because of that low oxygen. They clump together and they cause a blockade, meaning that the
Is it
medulla
a tier
doesn't get
1
any
Beatmaster?
oxygen at all. no salt is pumped back into the medulla, causing KG
So he should have eaten
to
a
lose
French
lot of
fry
water.
during his
Individuals
reps.
who
Starved of oxygen as they make more lactic acid.
But they
as
were
he
probably
keeps
getting
squatting.
shredded.
This acid causes more of KG's red blood cells to sickle, worsening this entire cycle. Discharged with advice to cool it on the exercise intensity. It's good to exercise.
And he was doing
but it's
tricep
not
dips
good
in
to
the
squat
wheelchair.
500 reps for no good reason. He can't play any games with his team because he needs physical therapy after his surgery. Recovery is good, and everything seems to be healthy in his life. But 18 months later, KG presents again to the
Oh
emergency
god.
room, this time with fever, hematuria again, and a sharp pain.
What a
in his
fucking
right
idiot.
side. He tells the medical team that over the last few weeks,
Jesus
he had become
Christ.
short of breath. He tells doctors that he hadn't done any high-intensity workouts.
Oh, never
He
mind, not
hadn't
his
even
fault then.
Squatted since the last time he was in the hospital. A chest X-ray shows a widening in his chest. This could mean that he
Laser
has a
prime
problem in
doxy.
his heart or his lungs, or that a cancer has spread to his chest. A CT scan on KG's abdomen finds a tumor in his right kidney, bringing us back to sickle cell trait. Sickle cell trait. This blocks blood flow in.
I
so
really
there's
shouldn't
less
watch these
oxygen
videos. Now I'm
and less
fucking worried
energy
I have
for
sickle
cells
cell
to keep
trait.
the
God
medulla
damn it.
salted. Do you remember that the artery going into the right kidney is longer than the one that's going into the left kidney? Well, this means that less blood flows in to the right compared to the left. This also means that a lot less oxygen goes into the right, so the medulla there is not salty at all.
Well,
when there's no salt and
you can
no
still
oxygen
get
in a
it,
place that
right?
should be salty with some oxygen, it looks like backup DNA repair, not normal repair, is activated early.
They may not be able to understand, oh, where did this name start from? Was it from the
Ah,
left to the
gotcha,
right?
GG.
Or
Okay.
from the right to the left? And because
I remember
of
one
that,
time when I
those
was very
areas may
young,
be more likely to be
for like a
repaired
couple
in
days,
the wrong
I
way.
pissed
Hence
like a little
why
blood when I was
those
really young.
areas are the ones
And
where
I
you
remember I
can
got like
find
tests
these
done and shit, but they
mutations that
never
can lead
had
to
a
cancer.
conclusion, and then it just
Today,
stopped.
we know that a lot of these palindromic repeats happen specifically on chromosome number 22. Deletions here are the most common cause of birth defects. Leukemia also comes from here when things are shifted around from a different
Hey,
chromosome.
you see a lot of people saying
And next to
same.
the leukemia gene is the one that was affected in KG's right kidney. But no matter what,
Thanks to the resub Bs.
squatting 500 reps suddenly can cause anyone's muscles to die. Add sickle cell trait, and then the rhabdomyolysis is going to be much more intense, and it's going to damage the kidneys.
Some individuals who are diagnosed with stage 4 RMC and that we have treated that have
Thanks to
lived
Prime
for more than 5
Solomon.
or 6 or even more than 7 years, and they are disease-free. What we would love to do is to achieve that for everybody, and hopefully one day we will.
Before therapy was started, a blood clot suddenly lodged into KG's lungs. His heart stopped beating. When someone has advanced
Maybe
cancer,
Prime Swarley
their
in the
chances of
resub
developing
notoriously.
blood clots are several
JT.
times higher than if they didn't have cancer. Sickle cell trait can sometimes be downplayed as benign because it isn't sickle cell disease, but it's not too hard to put the body in a situation where that sickling can happen. For athletes,
It's crazy
sickle cell
that
trait
exercise
doesn't mean that
can
you can't
also
play.
kill you.
It shouldn't ever exclude anybody. But
Just by
people
working out
need to
too
know
much.
that sickle cell trait is not benign. For KG, he couldn't be resuscitated. He passed with all family present. For athletes who do have sickle cell trait,
I think this is
stay
the
well
first
hydrated.
video
Take
where he
breaks
covered
during
a story
training.
where someone
Extra
didn't make
breaks
it.
when it's hot outside. If anything doesn't feel right, stop what you're doing and tell somebody immediately, because next time, awareness of sickle cell trait can save a life for someone like KG. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself.
Yeah, but what counts as excessive for someone may not be for someone else. Like, it's just hard to know what is actually excessive. Obviously, 500 reps in 10 seconds or whatever it was is pretty clearly too much, but in general, it's just, you know, you'd never know.